Elle a prêté le foulard un petit peu. Comment elle est belle. Avec le foulard. Comment? Madame Ashton, allô? Regardez-moi un petit peu là. Vous êtes belle sans foulard.
Discorso.
Good afternoon.
Mesdames, Messieurs, bonjour. Bienvenue à cette conférence de presse qui suit le sommet entre l'Union européenne et les
I
États-Unis.
invite first the President of the European Council, Herman Van Rompuy, to present the main results of the summit. Mr. Van Rompuy, you have the floor.
Good afternoon. It has been a great pleasure to welcome President Obama to this EU-US summit in Brussels. We meet at a hugely important moment, certainly for peace and security on the European continent. Events in Ukraine and elsewhere go to show that there are many unsettling uncertainties. And that's why the solid certainty of the transatlantic relationship is so crucial. It is the bedrock to face these challenges, a bond of friendship tested by history, and that bond is shock-proof. Cooperation among our countries is unrivaled. So in our meeting today, we focused on the issues where together we can provide a political steer at the highest level. We obviously spoke about Ukraine, today's most pressing matter. It was a follow-up to our excellent exchange at the G7 meeting in The Hague 2 days ago. Europe and the United States have a strong and coordinated position. For the EU side, I refer you to the bold statements of last week's European Council. We support Ukraine and its people in their pursuit for a better life as a nation. Crimea's illegal annexation is a disgrace in the 21st century, and we will not recognize it. The first priority is to de-escalate the situation. Russia's support for an OSCE mission in Ukraine is a positive step. The fact that Russia and Ukraine's foreign ministers finally met in The Hague is another sign of more openness. However, if there is further escalation, we Europeans and Americans are ready to intensify sanctions, with the understanding that sanctions are a means to an end. The goal is a negotiated solution in respect of Ukraine's sovereignty and of international law. We also stand by Georgia and Moldova, and the European Union has brought forward to June the signing of the association agreements with them. Apart from Ukraine, we talked about negotiations with Iran, about working to end the terrible war in Syria and to stop violence and anarchy in the Central African Republic. Both are humanitarian tragedies. The United States and Europe will continue their work to fight terrorism in the Sahel. And appalled by Egypt's mass death sentence of over 500 Muslim brothers, we urge Egyptian authorities to restore the rule of law. Our second major focus was the economy. We spoke about the recovery in Europe, which is taking hold. We should have 2% of growth next year. Thanks to much hard work, Europe and the Eurozone have really moved on. The focus now is on reinforcing economic fundamentals and on jobs. And last week saw the finishing touch on the banking union, the centerpiece of a stronger Eurozone. And we also spent some time to discussing energy, especially energy security, and what we can do together to reduce Europe's dependency on Russian gas. Our G7 energy ministers will meet on this soon. We also spoke on climate change and our ambitions for the upcoming global negotiations. And today, together with President Obama, we reconfirmed our shared commitment to an ambitious transatlantic trade deal. President Barroso will say more about it in a minute. Let me just say that in days like these, forging even strong economic ties across the Atlantic is also a powerful political sign, a way to show our public opinions and the world who we are at heart, in Europe and in America. Economy is based on rules, society is based on values, and proud of being so. Finally, today we spoke about data flows, and President Barroso and I conveyed to the President European concerns after last year's revelations on surveillance programs. These concerns are shared widely by citizens in EU member states, and we welcome the recent initiatives announced by President Obama. The United States and the European Union are taking further steps to address these worries and restore trust. On the governmental track, we'll have an umbrella agreement on data protection by this summer based on equal treatment of EU and US citizens. On the commercial data track, the US have agreed to a review of the so-called Safe Harbor framework. Transparency and legal certainty are essential to transatlantic trade, and we all agree on that. Ladies and gentlemen, so all in all, a focused and productive meeting, and timely too. Mr. President, we are looking forward for receiving you again in this building in less than 3 months for the G7 summit here in Brussels. Thank you.
Thank you for your remarks, President Van Rompuy. I would now give the floor to the President.